Did the NFL just jinx the Baltimore Ravens? Hold up. Wait a minute. If the NFL is scripted, not saying it is, if the NFL is scripted, this will be a perfect result for our Steelers. G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. It's your morning, and the Steelers don't play today. They play on Monday Night Football. However, we're going to look over some scenarios where this might be the perfect day leading into Monday Night Football. Also, with Monday Night Football, I believe the Steelers are on a track record of 21 wins in a row since 1999 or something like that. In the comments below, let me know what it is. It's something similar to 1999 or 1989 or 1988. It's a very, very long time in a row. It could be 1988. But this will be a great day. I know it's crazy, very crazy. Not talking Cooper Kupp, not talking receiver 2. We have to cheer for the Browns today. The Browns season is pretty much done. They've won one game versus the Jaguars, and they just snuck past in that game. And the Jaguars are a bad football team as well. They've won a few since then, but they're a bad football team. They're playing with Winston. They're playing with Nick Chubb coming back. I like Nick Chubb. I think he's a great running back. I got him on my fantasy. But the Browns, their season is done. And today, they are versing the Baltimore Ravens, who are 5-2. Browns are 1-6. A lot of Browns fans said, yeah, we're going to win the AFC North. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're almost like in another rebuild because now Watson has been injured, and I don't think they're going to bring him back next year. Nor really should they, and they've just wasted so much money and draft capital and all these things. The Browns are the Browns. However, man, we're going to be a Brown supporter today because if the Browns win this game and they go to 2-6, that means the Ravens fall to 5-3. And if the Steelers win the game on Monday Night Football, that would mean the Steelers would go to 6-2 into the bye. So we need to be Browns fans today. Now, when I brought this up before, it's a lot of purple, man. So much purple, 31-14, 35-17, 33-16, 28-15, 35. Like the Baltimore Ravens are scoring points. And that's because Lamar Jackson's playing good football. That's because who's the other bloke there? The running back, Derrick Henry. He has 800 yards on the season, 8 TDs. Zay Flowers got 34 receptions for 12, 1 TD. Lamar Jackson, 135, 198, 15 TDs and 2 interceptions. They're very, very high-scoring, powered offense. But here's where the Browns can get them. They're playing at home. And by the way, it's not called, was it Jim Brown Stadium or no? I don't know what it's called. There was a different name for the stadium before, but now it's called something different. It's called Huntington Stadium or something like that. So it's a bit different than what it was back in the day. Let me know in the comments below what it used to be called as well. I'm definitely on one. I don't know what the Brown Stadium is called. Was it Jim Brown Stadium? Browns? No. Jim Brown's a running back. It was it just called Brown Stadium? It might have been just being called Brown Stadium. Anyways, Browns fans, Cleveland Browns, do your job. Make this your Super Bowl. Go and beat the Ravens. Take care of business. Get Lamar Jackson in all kinds of trouble. Rushing from the outside with Myles Garrett. I don't know. Send the safety down. Blitz with the 8, 9, 10 players. Do what you need to do. Take care of Mark Andrews one-on-one. Take care of Isaiah Likely. Derrick Henry, send the house. Browns fans, I want to see a win. I want to see a 2-6 Browns team because you guys can't go to the playoffs. There's no way that you guys are going to win 11 games in a row and go 11-6 to be a wild card team. But this is a kind of game that it's not a trap game, but it's still an AFC North football game with a strong defense. And the Ravens versus the Browns hate each other, just like the Steelers versus Ravens hate each other, and vice versa with the Steelers versus Browns. So I want to see what's his name, Jameis Winston eating W's. I want to see this team win 13-10. 16-10, 16-8. I don't care. 30 points to 28. Browns, you have to win this game because if the NFL was scripted, this would be a perfect result for our Steelers. Because the next game at the same time is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 4-2, week 8, 3-4. By the way, lovely graphics right there. 3-4 Bengals. The Bengals are still kind of like hovering around that chance for a playoff. Can they win the AFC North if the Steelers stuff up, if the Ravens stuff up? But they're a very high-powered offense as well. And I think we're playing really good football too. I think we should take care of business for the Giants. But this is setting up for a great game that will be Steelers versus Giants. You could say a giant game. No pun intended. Bit of pun intended. 4-2. 4-2 Eagles versus 3-4. This one's kind of cool because when you go to the same NFL experts who did all the Raven colors there, everyone's choosing a Raven. These guys are choosing the Philadelphia Eagles about, what's that, 70-30. So Jeremiah, Wolf, and Gordon, MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew, 25-22. Brooks, 28-12. Not really giving the Bengals a shot. This game is going to be won. I believe they're playing in Cincinnati. I'm pretty sure they're playing in Cincinnati. This game's going to be won off the back of Joe Burrow. I can't stand the Bengals. But if we can get the Eagles to get one over the Bengals, push them back, and the Browns win, but you know what? That's crazy. One Ohio team finally wins, and the other one loses. That would mean the Steelers are in prime position to go out on Monday Night Football to go to 6-2 with a clear game lead going into the bye and taking control of the AFC North for, they call this I will tackle this next week. After the bye, I will talk about the gauntlet. I don't believe it's a gauntlet because people are saying it's going to be a really hard stretch because when you go to the schedule, it's going to be a really hard stretch. I don't think it's a gauntlet. It's at Washington. Yeah, they're a tough team. Baltimore, very tough team. Browns in Cleveland Brown Stadium, right? Tough team, but they're also 1-6. Then the Bengals and the Browns, and the Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals. They're calling this the gauntlet, right? The gauntlet, or oh my goodness, we can't do this. But remember, and I've been saying this for a very long time, they have to play us as well. Remember that. Remember that as a Steelers fan. They have to play us. So in terms of that, the Commanders, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns, well, that's 4 AFC North opponents in a row. Then the Eagles and the Ravens, Chiefs, which I'm going to in Pittsburgh. Then Cincinnati after the new year. Yeah, it looks tough on paper. It's tough in reality. Football's tough. Life is tough. Everything about this NFL season is tough. We've got the hardest schedule, I think, out of all of them. We've been playing. We're 4-2 with a backup quarterback. The running game has been behind an offensive line that hasn't been playing the best, and also they've been very injured. A lot of fans want that receiver too. Hasn't been there, but our defense been playing lights out in terms of turnovers. So remember, in this sense, these teams, or when people say, "Oh my goodness, it's a really tough schedule," they have to play us as well. Remember when it was a James Farrier? James Farrier said, it's a 5-star matchup because we're in it. Don't forget about our team. Don't forget about Minka. Don't forget about Cam, Kenai Benton, Larry Ogunjobi, Highsmith and TJ on the edge defense. Our offense is starting to pick it up with Darnell, Frymouth, Pickens. Running game with Najee is like a bulldozer back there. And speaking of another bulldozer, Mason McCormick playing right guard. Sia Marler getting better, coming back to health. Jalen Warren getting healthy too. Cordero Patterson playing running back, coming back as well. So 6-2, our Steelers then get a bye, and then we go on the gauntlet. Not too worried about that because they have to play us too. Although, before we get there, before we get to the bye, and before we get to Monday Night Football, and I'm just about to head to sleep, had a massive week at work, and I appreciate you guys checking out the channel, subscribing, all those kind of YouTube things. We're like almost near 2,600. We'll be doing a live show for the Giants game, and maybe a live show tomorrow catching up. I am waiting and hoping for this. I am hoping the Browns win. I'm a massive Cleveland Brown fan tomorrow, and I'm a huge Philadelphia Eagle fan tomorrow as well. All right? Oh, I should never support. Doesn't matter. Just for tomorrow. If the Browns win and beat the Ravens, that will be hilarious because they'll go to 5-3. The Browns will go to 2-6. Their season is pretty much done. They're playing the spoiler mode, and on the other side, The Eagles are they're on the NFC side. They're not going to worry us until Super Bowl. So 4-2 would go to 5-2, and the Bengals would fall to 3-5, having 5 losses on the season. Where a lot of fans on the media was saying this was another like bounce back. Oh, Joey B's going to Super Bowl. This, and this. When they're kind of struggling right now. Yeah, they have like top 2 receivers and whatnot. They've lost Mixon to the Texans, but they're kind of struggling. They're not winning games convincingly. Whereas I think the Steelers are starting to play some of their best football. So we need to be a Browns fan, and we need to be an Eagles fan. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you want to be a Browns fan today. I know it sounds tough, but just for today, cheer the Browns on, beat the Ravens, then cheer the Eagles on to beat the Bengals. Then that's going to set up a massive showdown with Steelers versus Giants to take full control of the AFC North heading into the bye, and then we attack the gauntlet. That's what I want to see. Alrighty, Steel Nation, I'll see you later.